All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Ready, like 25. Check. Got it. Hey, Haywood.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike Fofo. Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there.
44, Mike, 44.
Ready, set.
44 is the Mike, 44 is Mike.
25, set. You won't see me in your nightmare. Ready, set.
They go play action with Ryan. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
20. Hey, Foxtrot.
44.
Ready, set.
Good track. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Don't get nervous. 11.
44 is the Mike.
Ready, set.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
44 is the Mike.
Gun.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Hey. High 7.
Hey, let's get there. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. Too little, cut.
21.
44.
Ready, set.
Here's Ryan to throw. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You got motion man right there. 44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check.
Get up.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, right. Hey, Delta.
44 is the Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn over.
They keep it with Smith on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Hey, 59, ready.
49, check 49.
You draw corkers.
Kill. Check 43.
11. Gun.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We got to get the ball. Do you get the ball right here? Let's go.
Check your hot read.
15. Hey, 43, 15.
Wow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Bravo! You're not ready. Mike 5'9",
Working from the gun, Mahomes. James has it. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Check, 59. I got it. 59 mark. Check.
On 2nd down, Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch the pass, though.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. All day, baby. All day.
Lock 59.
Yellow.
59.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Mike, check, 59.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Darren Lee there to get him down.
That's where you belong.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Go.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
44 is the Mike.
I got him.
44, Mike, 44.
Here's Ryan. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Space.
Mike Bobo. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Hey, Zoo.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Check. 59. Let's go. Let's get this ball back. Put on.
Got it. 51, sound.
Mike, 5'9". I'm going to run.
Spud.
Run you over.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Now Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. 25 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey, South.
He's mine. Here we go. 50. Mike, 50. Drop deep. Mike, 50.
To throw is Ryan. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 6 yards away. And the Falcons push further out in front.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
They come out here in the eye. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
You got it.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ricky.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And Paul has it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the screen. Watch the safety creep. Check. Hot route. Hot.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Now, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
54. Mike 50. Easy. Box shot. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That one complete to Hill. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Got it. 44 is Mike. Check. Hey, Charlie. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, it's Ryan. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the 32-yard line.
Blue down. 44 is the Mike. 44.
Here's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
I'm trying to collect.
Both to Mike. Mike, got him to go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And it's complete to Kelsey. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watch the slant. Wait. Check.
Hey, watch the leg.
Go. Mike Bobo.
Get in the weight room.
On first down, Ryan. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Bravo. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check. Let's go, D. 51, down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Kamara has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
44 is the mic. Coming, baby. Hey, wahoo. 44.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd and short.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Let's see what you got. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Push him back. No. Off. 20. He's checking, son. Crash. Hey, South. 22. Hey, Haywood. Let him go.
Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
21. Safe. 44. Hey, box truck. What's the curl? Bobo's the mic. Mike's Bobo.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, high 7. 44 is Mike. Check. Here we go. Check.
Throwing again. Ryan. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
It's now 4th down and 1.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Now Williams. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Mahomes takes it himself, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some...
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker from Clemson. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
44. Hey, Orbit. 44.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, he's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Big 20. Let's go. Hey, Alpha. Base. Mike Bobo. Get that quarterback. And on top. 44 is the Mike. Why? 25 tonight.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Base. Get your swerve on.
Bobo's the Mike. Mike's Bobo.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I got it. 44. Mike. 40. Got it. Come on, let's go. 44 is the Mike. 44.
Hey, Charlie.
Army. Bobo's the Mike. Mike's Bobo.
Hey, check.
Switch up. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's Kelsey on the ground. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Don't throw this way.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
21. Watch the ship.
Protein spill. 58.
Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, 57.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's go, D.
2nd and 10.
Double time.
At their 49.
51, Sam!
Watch 41. Watch 41.
Hey, exit.
Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh?
51, Sam!
We got this.
Gun. 54, Sam! Hey, Echo! Gotta be going!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, that's complete to the tight end, Saubert. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam!
Hey, check.
Now Kamara. Derek Nottie makes the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
59, ready?
Mike,
Go!
They're going to need some therapy after this.
44's the Mike. 44's the Mike.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Ryan, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun!
44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
Wait!
Let's go. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Bravo!
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 44's the Mike.
Now Ryan. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey! Wahoo! Gun! Let him go!
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
51, Tom!
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Why?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Yellow.
Check 59.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Ryan eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of what...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Charlie.
Don't get nervous.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 78 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
Pull it together. Check 3.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Falcons take over
Let's go,
1st and
boy.
10
Bring it up.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
1st and 10.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 32. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Here's Mahomes to throw, and he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And some room to maneuver. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.